Well, at least you got her. Okay, so here we go. Let's do a tier list. Who is the... Wait, is this Strays? Can you guys see this? Is this Strays? This right here? Who is this dude? I don't know who this is. I'm just gonna put him in F. Like, they have a bunch of, like, the non-player characters in here. So I'm just gonna, like, weed through a couple of them real quick. They have, like, everything in this list. It has every character in the game that's, like, introduced in the story. Because it even has, like, these dudes down here. It has, like, the Muffin Girl or whatever. The Guild Girl. They have this, the crazy dude. This guy, yeah, it's a Mercer? Okay, well, we're not going to worry about those dudes. Alright, so Mercedes. I'm going to go ahead and put Mercedes. Alright, so how are we going to structure this? SSS tier. S tier. So SSS tier is going to be like Bellion, Hand Guy. S tier will be like Amelia. Amelia's like the top of S tier in my opinion. A tier will be like the situational picks. Okay, well, I'm just going to fly through it. Cecilia, I'm going to put at C, kind of shit. Put Rose at C, base speed's too bad. D for unusable. So this will be like, if you want to get fancy, you can probably use them. Kisei, I'm going to put it, actually, Kisei's fallen off pretty hard. I can still put her at A. Villagers, speed imprint is Villagers' only use. So I'm going to put him at B because of that. If you only use the speed imprint, get a grip. Carmen, useless. Zarada, useless. Corinne, PvE. Corvus, PvE. Cartouche is garbage. Speed imprint, Sid, B. Put Ran, triple S. Speedrun tier list maker? Yeah, we're going to be going fast. But when I get confused, or if you guys disagree with me on something, I'll be looking over at chat every few seconds, so just let me know. Alright, Ball, garbage. The F tier is for characters that are not even characters. Euphine? Honestly, I think Euphine's... I'm going to give Euphine a C. And I'm also going to give Katie's a C. Aether, definitely garbage. Ravi has fallen off so hard. Ever a B. I don't have it. Has anyone ever used... Did anyone use Ravi at all this season? Look over later. Just put everything in first. Yeah, that's a play. So this is going up on YouTube too. I'm gonna go ahead and just make a video. Hey, Katie's good against AOL. Yeah, but she's like, why pick her when you can pick everything else? I mean, I could see her belonging in B over like Euphine, Rose, and this stuff. But I mean, you could still use Rose pretty effectively if you give her good gear. So like Rose is still a decent unit. It's like a 5th pick unit, 280 speed. You can completely screw your opponent. But it's just that she takes your best gear to have that. Shuri is just a speed imprint. I'm putting all the speed imprints at B, just because that's probably where they go. Dingo going D. Ruel is A tier. Ruel A tier or S tier? That's a hard one. With the release of the new Punchy Lady, also I just added a new category for NPC. I mean, F can just be NPC. Yeah, I mean, I'm ignoring them, so I'm just putting them F. D is like the low of low. I don't think there needs to be a differentiator between D and F. And if a unit's garbage, a unit's garbage. Draft 2 aggro for Ruel, yeah, that's why I think she's like A. But I think Ruel's above made Chloe in a lot of situations now. Kayron is C tier. He's bad. And this is PvEP tier list. This dude's Charles. I saw Elf Mage make some cool pen set Charles stuff work, so I'll put him there. Leo D. Yuna could probably fit in C. You could make her work. I'm going to put Lots in C because Call made them work a little bit. Strays. Is Strays an A or B? That's a hard one. Wait, Purgus. I'm going to put Purgus in C. Purgus can be used. Strays. I think Strays is an A. If Ruel's an A and Charlotte's an A, Strays is an A. Blue Crowset. PvE. Alright, does Dominial deserve anything? Strays fell off hard, but dude, the slower Strayses have been kind of wicked. The speed set Strays kind of fell off. But the, like, survivability Strayses, I've lost to a few of them. Like the lifesteal Strays. 190 speed, a bunch of bulk. Not the best, but he's like could be a solid 5th pick. AoE gets punished too hard now? Yeah. Nobody uses C-Dom now? I had someone use C-Dom against me earlier today. Suz can just get a flat D. Haste, flat D. Cirilla? Honestly, Cirilla deserves... She could probably go into C. Taiwan's a flat D. Roman. This is in terms of, like, what I think, if I could use them or not. Like, I tried to use Movie this season. There's a lot of these units that I tried to use. And you could say they're good, blah, 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 if you have your own reason for it. But this is my tier list. And this is what I think of the characters. with a little bit of chat interaction too. But Mui, I'll give C. She's definitely more usable than most of these that I put in there. But there's a lot of these characters I've tried to use, and they're very rough right now. Fire Litika is just basically unusable because the fastest units are water. I think she's D now. This is my favorite character in the game, but I have to give her D. Ken is so irrelevant, he's going in the NPC category. Is that fair? Ken is so garbage, he's going in the NPC. I have played hundreds of games with Fire Ken, never won a single one. You guys were here for that, right? I just started Fire Ken as a challenge to win games with him. And once you're so hard on the RTA ladder, you cannot use him. You cannot use Fire Ken. I literally tried, and I think I've lost 100 games trying to make him work. So he's getting the NPC tier. Chloe's really good for PvE now. Fire Tenebria, I'm giving a B. Actually, I almost want to give Fire Tenebria an A. She was one of my highest win rate units this season. I know a lot of you guys would disagree with me, but as long as you ban Hand Guy, Fire Tene goes nutty this season. I'm giving her that. So you can't argue with me there. I don't care. Basara got B. He still has a good spot. Rin can have a C. She's usable. She's not usable. Surin, Speed Imprint. I said all Speed Imprints would get B, but she's getting a C. Luna, C. Tamarin, not PvP. Ludwig, you can probably make it work. I'll give him that. Crowl can go up into B, even though I don't think he's that great for RTA. Do you guys agree with me so far, or do you think my takes are garbage? I'm curious. Is this pretty close? Surin garbage, she has Speed Imprint. So, she still has at least a pickability factor. Surin B, Surin D? I think Surin's a Speed Imprint. Crowl, you think Crowl's A? You really think Crowl's A in the current RTA meta? I know there's better Speed Imprints, that's why all the Speed Imprints are B and she's in C. You think Sid is A? If you think Sid's A, Green Villager's probably A too then. I think the best Speed Imprint is Sid. Because he can he has cycle ability for like Arbiter Villager stuff, but also Green Villager has that same factor. He can cycle like ML Celine and stuff if need be. And T-Surin if someone's crazy enough to pick her, which T-Surin never gets picked anymore. Bologna's going D. Sigrid's going D. Like, I feel bad doing this. YouTube... So here's the thing. The YouTube audience is so much different than the Twitch audience. The YouTube audience will die on a hill that they made Blue Cigarette work in a silver RTA match. Whereas Twitch, you guys we're all pretty much on the same page because we're super nerds on this game. If you didn't see a unit picked, it can't be A tier. Exactly. I didn't see any of these units picked in my 1,000+ games of RTA this season. Did I see any of them? No, none of these. If I didn't see the unit picked, it's going in D. Or if I don't think it's usable. Kylrick, though? Kylrick is probably A tier. His stocks just keep going up and up. Oh, there's an S tier. So we're going to have to readjust the S tier from the A tier. There's probably more units that can go in the A tier. If Fire Mare's in the A tier and these guys aren't, we're going to have to readjust the top. I will say that. So Green Violet is... I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me on it, but I hate Green Violet. I think Green Violet is garbage. Ricky is S? You think Ricky's S? I don't use Ricky. I know a lot of people have been using him. He's great to reset Rimuru. People are using him into a new fire kicking lady. S tier is often chosen versus A tier, which are sometimes chosen. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Do you think Ricky's going to belong up there, though? We're going to have to go back and readjust A tier and S tier and A tier. That's just how it's going to be. Deanne's falling off super hard. Is this grown-up Aether? I think they're NPC. Sirmia, I'm going to put Sirmia in C because I did see a Sirmia. Pavel, I'm going to put in B. He's fallen off a lot. Cerise. You know, I used to pick... I climbed Emperor picking Cerise every single game, but once Pierre came out, I can only give her a B. Like, I was a Cerise abuser, but I can't use her anymore. Lilica, I'm not giving her anything about that. Zeno, same. This is Crowl's grandfather. So he's, I think... I don't read the story. Fire Kawazu, going there. Honestly, I'm going to put Lil Kawan up here. She has high base speed. If I really wanted to, I bet I could make her work. Furious. Dude, the D tier doesn't even matter. Vivian. Guys, Vivian is useless, right? If I'm being honest, no, I don't think S last season, but I'm pretty sure Fire Ricky's favorite unit. I think Fire Ricky's good. But I don't play him, and I haven't had him impact me playing very much. Vivian B13 one-shot, that's about it. Like, she is an immunity giver. If people draft, like, absolutely awful, you could probably pick her. She's an AoE immunity giver and attack buffer, and she can cleanse. She has a lot of stuff she can do, but she's not Rimmer, man. I don't know. It's a rough one. I feel like maybe, like, there's a certain build that you could do with Vivian that'd make her work a lot better. But, so right now, I'm actually going to put Lilius at B. Stonks are coming back up with Piera. Ray can have C. Elena, if Ray's in C, Elena needs to be B. Soul Bad Guy, garbage. There was someone trying to tell me they used Soul Bad Guy in RTA the other day. I was like, I don't care. Dizzy came back shortly for this RTA season. I don't know if she deserves B or C. I think Dizzy deserves this. Lilibet, guys, I won a bunch against Lilibet. She gets C. Melissa can have C too. I actually lost to 2 Melissas this season. I remember. Kana's more usable than all this shit. I don't care what you say. Who is this lady? Who's this lady? Is she a character? This is Brynus, right? She's not in the game. Leica, I don't own her, but I know someone had a little success with her. She can have C. Alencia, I'm sure Shuffle still uses her. Shu, I actually lost to 2 Shus this season. At least. Rowana situational. She can have C. Rowana probably deserves a B. As garbage as this poor Ken and F, yeah, Ken's an NPC. Do you guys think Rowana deserves B? Because when she gets picked against you, you ban her, correct? Almost always. So you got stepped on? You just never... So that's the thing with Shu. People pick Shu when you've already lost the draft. So Shu can do damage. I'm going to leave her out. Yeah, so I think Rowana definitely B for sure. Okay. That's what I figured. All right, so here's one that's very debatable. Celine. Guys, where does Celine belong? In my opinion, she's a B all day. She does not belong anything higher. Because you just play around her when she's drafted. Do any of you believe because she's situational like Rowana? You guys agree? Okay, that's fair. So B for Celine. Mort can have a C. Maybe he's decent. I actually lost to a decent amount of Elfels this season. She's not bad, actually. Violet S, no. I'm gonna rearrange the A and S tier once we get up there. I'm just putting mostly everything in A, and then we'll decide what gets picked more often out of that. Senya definitely is a B. Senya's pretty good. I almost want to put Elfelt in B. Elfelt's decent. Senya works well with God Gear, yeah. And she's situational with that God Gear. Feel like if Celine is B, Rowana is A? I mean, Rowana, with the Solitaria buff and stuff, Rowana's stocks keep going up. So Rowana's definitely not S. But I always ban Rowana. But in that sense, guess what? Specimen says is A tier. Everyone will probably disagree with me with it. But if you do a good draft, Spez will always be banned. Always. Specimen says is a very strong character. But we'll get to it. Kizuna AI, okay, Zephyr uses Kizuna AI. I'll put her in the playable section. I mean, any Soul Weaver you can probably make work. I mean, if I don't put Ervalen in C, someone will be like, but Light did Ervalen. Light did it. It worked for him. So I gotta put him at least in the usable tier. Landy is definitely going high tier. She'll probably be S tier. Flan, pretty sure a lot of people have been cleaving with Flan, but Flan's stocks, I'll put her in B for now. I think she actually probably deserves C now with all the counters out with Celine. This is one character that Celine hard punishes. So I'll give Flan a B. Ida. So I think, does Ida deserve A or B? She doesn't work outside of Cleave. That's her only place. I think she might deserve B. Ida S? Even like they surveillance MLM. Ida S? I think Ida's B. Cleave's super oppressive, but she's so easily countered. You just outspeed her. So like if they're cleaving you, just throw down a bunch of speed and contest speed and you just kill her before she gets a turn. But if she's in cleave and the cleave's done right, she's super strong, but otherwise she's not good. I'll give her A. I'll put her in A, but she is not getting S for me. She's one of the best cleave units, don't get me wrong, but she's completely reliant on everyone else around her working or she doesn't do anything. And she's hard countered right now. I haven't lost to an Ida in a week, and I've had at least 30 picked against me. Have I lost to an Ida week? Maybe one. Maybe I did lose to one. No, I didn't. I didn't lose to the Ida. I killed the Ida, but I lost to the other people around her. This is, no, this is off last, or this is for today in RTA. So the end of seasons, whatever. Why Kise A tier? Why, wait, Kise A tier? Kise. Oh wait, Kise shouldn't be A tier. Kise's B tier. She should have been there. Batiste. So here's one that I've been struggling with. Batiste used to be my most picked unit, but with everything that's going on right now, I think she's fallen down to... I'll put her in A. She's still really good. She deserves A. This is going to start getting harder and harder as I start comparing units. Ilinab definitely in there. Rem is situational. She's going into B. A lot of people haven't been having any problem with her lately. I still have a ton of problem with her. I think Rem is insanely strong. I think she deserves A. I don't have her, so I might be biased. Now, Amelia is the first character, though. Then E to A, yeah. I'll put E to an A. That's fair. The first character I'm putting in S, no doubt, is Amelia. No shot she doesn't deserve S tier. Why is Violet A tier? Sorry, just joined. I'm going to be readjusting A and S tier. But I think relying on Violet as a character alone to win games is not a good strategy. Like, depending on the draft, like, he's a counter pick unit. He probably is going to get bumped up to S, but I have had no success using Violet. No matter what, when I use him, he never dodges. I never win, so I just am hard biased against him. Zahak? Dude, Zahak doesn't deserve B, does he? I'll put him there, but I don't think he deserves it. Rimuru. The third character to enter the Sss Tier. Milim, I love Milim. Milim is definitely going A. I don't think I'll put her in S, but I use Milim a ton. I think Bellion is a tier below what the top tier is. She's going to be at the very back of S tier. Bellion is definitely up there because she can single-handedly destroy entire playstyles. But Milim A, I use Milim all the time. This is my tier list. I'm going off of my RTA experience. Everyone has a different RTA experience, okay? So, like, the tier list that the top player makes, probably, if I looked at it, I wouldn't be able to have the same opinion because I don't play the same units. So, like, seeing different people's tier lists for different things gives you a different perspective as to what characters you might find are better than other people. Like, you might find more success. Like, I find a lot of success with Milim. Whereas if you go to one of the top 100 players, they might never use her because they think she's complete garbage. So, but most people aren't top 100 players. That's the thing. If I'm uploading this to YouTube, I can tell you, maybe 2 of the top 100 players will see it. The rest of the people watching it are going to be below the top 3,000 players. So, maybe my opinion on units might give them a unit that they might look into building more. So, the units I say are bad. Dude, I want her, though. So, not know, after what you pick and like? Well, okay, sorry, did not know it just after what you pick and like. It's like my opinion on it. I'm taking you guys' opinion, too. But there's going to be certain characters that I'm rating high because I've seen, like, Broman. None of you guys use Broman, right? Not a single one of you. I climbed to Emperor with him last season. I used Broman every single game all the way to Emperor. He was amazing. Now he's hard to use now. In the current meta, I'll rank him lower than I would have had I done this tier list 2 weeks ago. But there are certain units that you guys don't use that I standard play tier list. It's just RTA in general. Just like their usability in every sense. So Pierre is definitely S. I don't think she's triple S. I think Rand deserves triple S over Pierre. I don't know, that's hard. Rand definitely is triple S. Pierre, I don't know if she deserves triple S. Who is this lady? I like her a lot. Is she a playable character? I don't recognize her. Alright, Hua Young's on this list. That's huge. I think she might get S tier. I don't know if this is too early to call, but this character is hard to kill. Lua and potentially. So Arumka and Lua, these are both nice looking characters. FCC. Does FCC deserve triple S? That's a hard one. I think she's countered so much by AOL and all the units that strip now, but she's still so damn good. That's a hard one. She's contending. Shadow Rose, Silk, bad. Bad. Judge Kisei, dude, Judge Kisei, she's in a hard spot. There's a lot of times that if you draft her, I don't know if she deserves to be, I'll be honest. I'll put her there for now. If Zahak deserves to be, she deserves to be. RB, I'll put in A. Arby still has... Judge is a must. Yeah, Judge is a must ban. Most of the time when I pick Judge, she gets banned. Carmen... I feel like Carmen's fallen off a little bit, but she's definitely not B. She's A. She's one of the best tanks. Same with Crozet. LQC? LQC deserves us. You guys agree? What draft Milim is used for? Go back in my VOD. I won like... I don't know. I'll make a YouTube video. How about this? I'm going to make a Milim YouTube video today, and I'll make an A-Cola YouTube video today. On top of this tier list. So they'll go up on different days. But if you guys aren't subscribed to my YouTube, if you want to see me use Milim and where she's good, mine's not even Maximola. But my Milim has insane gear on. She's pen set 260 speed. And once I give her imprint, she'll have almost 4k attack, 280 crit damage at 260 speed pen set. Hand guy F tier. Hand guy though? Well, hand guy's triple S for sure. But yeah, I'll make a few new videos. Honestly, Champs Auto is so garbage. Does anyone see any success using him? Anytime he's been picked against me, I just obliterate him. Gonna try Milim Lifesteal. So I tried Milim Lifesteal and I didn't have much success. BBK is getting B tier. BBK is getting A tier? B tier? What do you guys think on this one? She's like in between because she's situational. I think she deserves A over most of these units. You think A? The thing is, when you pick her, there's a lot of times that if you don't have a unit that strips, you lose to BBK, and you always have to ban her. Yeah, she like Rowana, so A, yeah. Okay, I agree. Dark Corvus? Dude, Dark Corvus needs a buff. This unit, you can't pick him. If you pick Dark Corvus into Bellion, he can't do anything. If you pick Dark Corvus into Apoc Ravi, can't do anything. If you pick Dark Corvus into Rimuru, he's still taking 15,000 damage. I don't know if Dark Corvus would be usable at all anymore. I actually might take a day to try to use Dark Corvus. Dark Corvus deserves F. Ken is better? I don't know. If you build a proper Dark Corvus, you might make him work. Alright, Ascart. Ascart's a B. I've had success with Ascart this season. Acid is an A. Acid's still fantastic. The best speed contest unit. Sage Ball is an A for sure. Shooting Star Arcades, I'm just going to throw her down here. You can use her maybe if you want to. I'm getting a little bit lazy at the end of this tier list, but a lot of these 4-star characters, in terms of what's actually truly good, I'm not wasting my time saying. Guild War unit? Can you even use Dark Horse in half of the Guild Wars anymore? With everything going into stealth and hiding and stuff, I feel like he'd even fall off in Guild Wars. Alright, Apoc Ravi, triple S for sure. No argument needed there. Watch your Shuri's a speed imprint. He can have B though. Yeah, well, like I said, all speed imprints are B except for Surin. Blaze Dingo. I'm gonna give Blaze Dingo a C just for Mevlin. He hasn't been used in a long time. Destina can still be used, but isn't very good. Brywitch Assaria. Brywitch Assaria is an A. She doesn't get picked much anymore. Does she deserve A? That's a hard one. Would you A or B Brywitch Assaria? Ken 100% better. DC loses everything in injury. There's also too much damage in meta. Mevlin still clips shit on my Twitch channel all the time. I DM'd him the other day and I asked, why are you clipping shit, nerd? He has said you've been doing it for months. He didn't respond. He clips stuff on my channel all the time. Just random things that makes no sense. Flan B? Flan's hard countered right now. Like, Flan has like 10 counters to herself right now. I mean, Flan might be A, but for me so far, I haven't lost to Flan hardly at all. But, so, she's high B, or like low A. She might be able to be moved up, but... Closer Charles is an A. Actually, you're probably right. Flan, I think Flan deserves over like Kisei and stuff. But she is hard countered right now. But Charles, I'm putting A. Charles has opened up some crazy stuff. So, Kitty Clarissa, she's actually pretty good. Has mana uses her. Roaming Warrior Leo with his new buffs. I think he's an A. We'll give him A. Only people who lose to Flan don't know how to counter cleave, but I think A, too, because majority don't know how to counter cleave, yeah. Flan's still definitely a good unit, but I just haven't lost her in so long. Charles is really good because he's non-attacked, isn't a non-attack unit. I think Charles is fantastic. He gives attack buff, CR push, everything. But Emil Leo's new buff is wicked. Oxlots. A lot of people are gonna hate this. He's a C, dude. Right? I mean, He's just a crappy Amelia. Why even? I'll give him B. He's just a crappy Amelia. Yeah, he's just Amelia Power Captain. This is one you guys might not agree with too much, but I'd almost put Fighter Mice B. Situational. She's good. A. Coley. I have been slaughtering with A. Coley lately. I have been absolutely popping off with her. She has won me like half of my games. So I finally decided to put gear on her. And with the single target meta that's going on, she does so much damage. Like, I almost want to give her my RB plus 30 basket. Or give her some other artifact. But she is so damn good. If I had a plus 30 RNL, I'd probably put that on. But General Purgus. How's General Purgus in the current meta? With Piera and all the restricted units, I don't think General Purgus has many places. But he can still be a good counter pick into if they do Closer Charles you. So, I mean, General Purgus, he might not even deserve B. If General Purgus deserves B, though, Elfelt deserves B. Any others? Nah, I think out of... Does Litika deserve B? I don't have Litika. I don't play her. I didn't pull her. Last time I saw GP, I saw him twice this season. That was it. And he wasn't really a good pick, honestly. But I had an Elfelt one-shot my Rimuru twice on the last day of RTA. If I say Cole, I need to be in this mod of 290. Mine's 290, and she works great. She's the last pick. Like, the only time you pick her is whenever you have 4th, 5th pick, or 5th pick. But I'll pick her a lot of times with A Sid at the end, so A Sid, A Coley. Sometimes I do Milim, A Coley, because that gives, if they let them both through, I have a 290 unit and a 260 unit, and I have Soul Burn. So in case I need the Soul Burn for A Coley, I can use it there. Or I can save it and use it on Milan. So I've been having pretty good success with that. Alright, so Troublemaker Crozet's going with Carmen up in A for sure. There's a lot of A ranked units, so I'm gonna have to move some of them to S. Cdom, man. Cdom's still good in Cleave. She'll get in B. Specimen says, I want Specimen says to have A. How many of you disagree with this? How many of you have played a plus 15 well-geared Specimen says? He's always banned. If he gets through, you win the game. But everyone always says Spez is bad. I think he's A. It's not even just Spez plus Solitaria. It's Spez plus any draft. As an individual character, he is insane. But the thing is, if you ever do a good draft, he will always be banned. But if he ever gets through the draft, you win. I almost would say he's an S-rank character, personally. A plus 15 well-geared says is an S-rank character. As much as I know most of you guys wouldn't agree with me on that, because you don't play Spez, if he makes it through the draft, you almost always win, if you draft him right. I'll give him A. I think A is a fair placement. Well-defined, well-geared Spez, like 420 gear score. Like a good, what crack you smoking? How to build Spez? Oh, I mean, I have like 9 billion Spez videos on YouTube. I've beaten every top player out there with Spez at some point. He is, like, maybe right now he's not as good, honestly. But everyone's always said he's bad and needs a buff. You can't buff this unit. You can't buff this unit. He is already super strong. That's all I'm gonna put for him. So I'm gonna put Emil Hayes at B. He's situational, but he's not mad at all. What, Spez? I picked him. I picked him today, and I picked him yesterday. I won with him. I mean, almost any time that I pick him and he makes it to the draft, I win. I did lose once with him yesterday, but I got RNG'd out of my mind. So I picked him twice yesterday. And he won one of the two, and I should have won both. But he almost always wins. Like, he's crazy. So, dude, why does no one play A Taiwan anymore? So it's a Spez angle? I'd have to have a draft to show you. I don't know. I have some on my YouTube, but... Oh, just go to my... If you go to my YouTube, it's like a couple of my most recent videos are Spez videos. And a couple of them are really good games. What kind of closer Charles is good for the meta right now? Faster, slow, more damage? I think 280. 280 is still being fast. But that's why I built A Coley was for I built 298 Chloe for the 280 Closer Charles. That's the whole reason I built her. So here's another one that people might disagree with me on. I'm finally getting to the units I like. Broman's an A tier unit. Or he was. Sorry. Until the release of Emil Armenta and the update changes with Dillabet. He was an A tier unit. I climbed Emperor with him. There are certain units that, even if I rank them low on this list, if you guys use them and have success with them, like, my opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But Hand Guy, I always ban Hand Guy. So, but Broman, he was fantastic. But now I'm going to go ahead and put him in probably C. Like, Emil Armenta was the Emil Armenta Dillabet coming and getting buffed. That was his last nail in the coffin. But before that, before Emil Armenta was released, he was fantastic. I would put him in A all day. He's inconsistent, but when he procs, you win the game. So, like, you have a 75% chance to land on each target. If you hit all or 3 of the 4, 75% of the time, you win the game 75% of the time. So that's why I think it's pretty good. Some people still use Litika. I'll put her B tier. I don't think she's very good. Emil Ken is a B tier unit. Emil Ken's kind of like Specimen Says. Alright, maybe I'm being a little bit... Alright, I'm going to move Specimen Says down to B. But earlier in the meta, or earlier in the season, I would give Spezza A all day. But Emil Ken's the same way. If you pick Emil Ken right, he's a must-ban. Now, this unit sucks. Emil Armenta. I tried to use her a lot this season because I was playing Control for a good half this season, using Fire Tenebri and stuff. But I tried to use her in multiple games. Garbage. But the thing with Emil Ken and Spez, they're both units that if they make it through and the proper draft, you just win. Maid Chloe, I'm going to give A. She's still a good cleanser. I think, which is better between Maid Chloe and Ruel? Broman is bad AOL wannabe? I don't think so. The thing is, when Broman S3s and hits 2-turn silence, guess what? You win. When AOL 1-turn silences, they cycle out of it and you don't win. So Broman does more than AOL. It's just Broman's inconsistent. Because if you draft Broman properly in the right spot, you get the 2-turn silence. And then, you know, AOL, when she S1, she pushes back 1 unit. But guess what? When Broman S1s, he hits a unit and has a chance to push back the entire enemy team for 50%. So you can literally keep them from ever taking a turn and getting out of the silences. So Broman has a very good kit. He's just inconsistent. Spec 10As for sure in S tier. That's easy. DJ Basar, garbage. He is the worst in all 5. Crescentman Ren is in a really rough spot right now. You might see some success with her. I'll put her at B. Some people are like, I pick her into C Lilius. This character probably is B as well. Do you guys agree on these two? Curious. Well, since Maid is food to speed Landy and Rimuru, you think Ruel's the better? But you say Maid's better at aggro. I'm just going to probably leave them both. I mean, they're both the best PvP healers in the game. I'm going to put them all in S. Like, these are the best PvP healers with Amelia. There's nothing better. They can all have it. Alright, I think T-Stern has fallen off so hard, she might... Nah, she'll be B. If people draft bad. LR Crow is a B. LR Crow's almost an A, because he's good against Bellion, but the problem is, like, Apoc Ravi, you can never kill Apoc Ravi with him. The new Fire Kick Lady. I put her in S, right? I'm going to leave her in S, because she's hard to kill. Operator Cigarette. I hate this unit. I'm putting her in B. I have been trying to use Operator Cigarette for a while now, and she just can't kill anything. I've tried different gear on her. I cannot get her to work. Bellion with injury is going to sell her Crow. I feel it's not really. I was using LR Crow a lot throughout the season against injury Bellion. He gets his shield up, and if the shield's big enough, as long as you have enough HP on him, Bellion has a pretty hard time breaking that shield. Okay, Emil Kylrick. This is the easiest triple S. Emil Kylrick, strongest unit in the game. Hands down, strongest unit in the game. Nothing else can do as much as he does. He is the best character in the game right now. If you have him, you are very lucky. And you should be Legend RTA. Does Ryla deserve S? Do you guys still see success with Ryla? He's countered by C. Lewis. He's countered by AOL. He's countered by, I mean, Brywitch's area is still there if you do pick him. Rimuru counters him because he steals evasion. Hua Young can one-shot him now through a miss. I think Rylet is A. He's still good, but I don't know. Yeah, I think there's Kick Lady completely reverted a lot of the meta. if I made this list literally 2 days ago, it'd be very different. And Solitaria coming out. That's why I have Rylet in A. I Solitaria Rylet every time I see, or Violet, every time I see him. I think he's still solid even with all the counters. He's still solid. He's still in the A tier. Like, I think Acoli's amazing. So if I'm putting him next to Acoli, I think pretty highly of him. Emil Armenta is going to go in the A tier as well. She's very good. Doesn't deserve S. Landy deserves S. Landy's still an S tier character. She, through everything, still manages to be crazy good. But I think the rest of these in A are pretty fair. I'm going to go ahead and put Tomika in B. I actually won a bunch of games with her recently. This guy is a very situational pick. He deserves B, because if you draft him, he gets banned. This is a PvE character. C. Lilius is a triple S character. So we're at 6 triple S characters. I definitely... Alright, so Dillabet after buffs is easy A. Do you guys agree? Or easy S, I mean. Easy S tier. I don't think she's triple S. But because there's a lot of units she can't kill. 260 speed landing, new meta build, yeah. I've lost to a lot of speed landings. Yeah, S, okay. I think that's fair. Alright, Celine, situational character, but I think still deserves A. What do you think? That's another one that I'm curious. I don't own this character, so... I think Kick Girl is arguably triple S. It's too early for me to call triple S. I'll be fair. Like, she might be. But most... I don't know. She's good. You think Celine's S tier? I mean, I don't have her. If you guys think Celine's S tier, I lose to her all the time. I think she's great. Not A Celine, not picked an Emperor. You don't see her? Yeah, I don't... no way? Wait, Magneto, no way for S? You think she's A? I don't have her. I don't fight her very often. When I do fight her, I usually end up belling her. Mid to low A. Okay. I'm down for that. I don't have a lot. I think Solitaria's an S tier character now. She's situational, but guys, I have misclicked this unit multiple times now. She always wins. You think this is too much? Maid kind of fell off though. So Maid and Ruel are both... I put them here because they're like the top of the top. They're like the top of the top for Soul Weavers. They're your only Soul Weaver picks. So that's why they're an S. What other Soul Weaver are you going to pick over them? Right? I pick my Maid into AOL a lot. I pick Ruel occasionally. Like, in terms of Soul Weavers, like, they're all you got. I think Amelia's better, though. Soul Weavers suck? I agree. Ray's in, like, negative. But, do you think Solitaria, though? Have you guys had any success with her? Mine's been... My Solitaria win rate is insane. She beats everybody. She beats Violet, Remnant Violet, SSB. She beats random units. You can use her against Rimuru to stun Rimuru out of the gate. You can push back a unit to set yourself up to kill turn 1, if need be. And, like, push back Hand Guy, possibly. She's good against Ameru. I think she deserves S, and I think Ameru deserves maybe triple S. I think Ameru deserves triple S. Turner Guard, doesn't matter. Arrowell. Wait, is it this is Arrowell, right? She's bad. Basque. Judith, I'll give Judith a C because she boosts CR. Alexa. Mersa's still pretty decent. She got B. Sven actually gets C. Sven's mini Charon. Tierra gets that. Garbage. Gunther, I mean, if you really want to, you probably get a Gunther to work. Free Spiritaria, nah. Nah. Ricorous, I know there's some Ricorous stands out there. Ricorous is good. Wrong. Alright, we're climbing through this. Alright, Elson's getting the NPC tier. Elson is the NPC character. Celeste. Celeste is a speed imprint. Is she any good? Does she deserve B? I said all speed imprints would get B. Gloomy Rain, Pog. Did I put Gloomy Rain on there? I didn't see her. No, Gloomy Rain's here. Gloomy Rain is a speed imprint that I think deserves C? Gloomy Rain's a little... She's not bad. She almost may be B. Do you think Gloomy Rain or Celeste is better? If you use her, if you have Rain Fiera? Yeah, exactly. Ameru, great. Kick Girl counters, though. Does Kick Girl counter her? Because I've won both games. I've won Ameru against Kick Girl, and I've won Kick Girl versus Ameru. So I think they're pretty even. Tier's speed imprint? Okay, all speed imprints that actually matter. Tier is a speed imprint that doesn't matter. Sorry to tell you. Eaton. There's some weirdos that play Eaton, right? I'll put him up there. He can have a C. You think Celeste is better? Okay, that's what I think. That's why Celeste is B. Celeste is decent. Batiste? Okay, hold on. You guys know I 6-starred Batiste, right? And I do challenges occasionally. I'm like, okay, I want to try to win a game with Fire Ken. And I play 100 games, can't win a single game. I can't figure it out. Next up, I try to use Batiste. Batiste is an even worse Fire Ken. His kit is dog shit. He does nothing. Why though? I was in an official Epic 7 3-star tournament. So I had to make 3 stars. So I saw Batiste, I was like, Batiste might pop off in a 3-star tournament. He didn't. I'll tell you right now, he did not. Yeah, it was one of like the official Epic 7 livestream things like 2 years ago. They invited me and I fought against Isuhan, who I think is Korean streamer. But yeah. One of my friends is a Fire Ken main. He's Fire Ken a lot. Next year, I don't know how he does it. Dude, he's so bad. As a single target unit. Maybe if you pair him with Lilius now, like the defense break, it's gotta be nice, but... Ian? I made a video that said Ian is gonna be meta. Changed my mind. I was wrong. I was very wrong. I think the video was a meme at the time, and I tried to like copium justify him being good. But that gameplay changed your mind. I used Ian for a tournament, for that 3-star tournament. The Ian's kit isn't bad. He gives attack buff and additional turn into strip. Like, if you want to, you can use him. Actually, I'm gonna stick with my guns there for back in my Ian will be meta, change my mind video, and I'm gonna put him C, because he has everything he needs to be a usable unit. So does this character, actually. I don't know what her name is. Is it Inos? I don't know what it is, but she is usable. So Christy actually deserves B tier. One of the first 3 stars that they made decent. Lucius Poggers for Banshee one-shot. Shut up. Chaos Inquisitor? Yeah, Chaos Inquisitor. Call him Inquisitor? I don't know what the hell I was trying to say. That was not easy to say. Wait, actually, no cap. So Camilla, does she deserve C? She's good for a lot of PvE stuff, but I don't know if she's good in PvP. Penelope? Guys, I have a 6-star Penelope, and I had her pop off one time. I'll give her C. Mui is a wyvern god. Ort? Guys, how did Ort do? I'm curious. She does really well in basic watch. This is RTA PvP. This is RTA tier list. Ort B tier? She's actually decent? Okay. Aha! Okay. But yeah, Christy's B tier. Ort. I don't think I even pulled Ort. I don't know. I think Yuner Young was the not so good one. But Hazel, if you actually tried to use her, could be decent. Is that right? She one-shot a tank Rimuru? Really? Need God's Gear. And the God's Gear would probably be better on somebody else. I don't even know who this character is. You get her for the story. Cast Inquisitor Axe can actually be using its cleave if you do it right. Falconer Clury. Guys, Falconer Clury, can I give her S? She's countered by Celine and a bunch of other stuff, but she is so good for breaking through those stupid-ass players that play like double reviver, tank, plus 1 damage dealer. Like, I still... You think Clary's A now? That's what feels bad. I want a 3-star unit to be S tier. She's A if Rem's down there. Fair. And we're gonna move some of these characters up to S, don't worry. At the end. We're almost done. So Phyllis, a lot of you guys love this character. So I put her A. A lot of you guys love her. Do you think she's A? She pop off. Okay, I'll believe it. Ruzid. Ruzid's technically a speed imprint. He can have C. That's all he's getting. Mercenary Helga, don't try to tell me use her in PvP. Don't try to tell me use this in PvP. Don't even try to tell me use this. Silver, gold, low champ, doesn't count. Doris, actually decent. Dwarves can have B. Helga per PvE? Yeah, I mean, if we did a PvE tier list, things would be different. We're not doing a PvE tier list. Carrot is still A tier. If this is A tier, Carrot's A tier. I still sometimes struggle against Carrot. I didn't even know, forgot this unit was in the game. Honestly, Momo, though, doesn't deserve B. Someone's gonna get mad. I'm not even paying attention to half these units. Momo, if you really want to, you could probably make Momo work in B tier. She has insane cycling. She has immunity. But would she work? I mean, if you try to use her now, Celine would go crazy. Momo C tier? Yeah, I was about to say. Actually, that's a character I think Celine actually pops off against, because she becomes literally unusable. What are you going to do, sleep something? I know some people are going to say Wanda can be okay. I'll put Wanda in C. She's usable. Carmen Rose, I don't want to lie and say she's usable in PvP. This character, you're not going to use her in PvP. The 2-turn sleep, you're never getting that off. She doesn't strip. Raz, can Raz even be in B tier anymore? A-Raz S? You're going to tell me A-Raz is S tier in the current meta? Wanda, hand guy check. Use A-Raz a lot? He can have A. That's as high as I'm going. He is not. That's because I have no other knights. I'll give A-Raz A because he's a 3-star unit, accessible to anyone just like Clary. I would say he fits about the same. Clary's still better than him, though. But he is not getting S tier. Maybe 2 seasons ago, A-Raz is S tier. I would say A-Raz is B tier, personally. Because if Clary's A tier, A-Raz has to be lower. But I'll put A-Raz in the low A tier, even though that's not how this tier list is working. Okay, Ameru, the last triple S unit. Wow. Amazing. So we have our 7 gods of Epic 7 at the top. Don't need to even explain why she's good. HU Fiend? I won a few games with HU Fiend, but she's a very situational pick. I'm putting her... Does she even deserve B? How is Flan same as Flurry? Do you think Flan's better than Flurry? Nixie? She doesn't deserve B? Okay. I've won some games with her, but she is such a niche pick. Flan is better than Flurry? I don't agree. I don't agree that Flan's better than Flurry. Depending on what you're fighting, Flurry is one of the only ways to deal with some of these bull nonsense comps. Then again, your cleaver? See, do you think Flan's... Dude, I haven't lost to Flan since the update. Do you really think Flan's still that good? She has so many counters. Because doesn't Flan only push up 50%? So if you have a fast Dillabet, your Dillabet, when she procs, she's going to cut up above the unit that you just tried to push up with her. Yeah, Celine kills Flan, but so does Politus and everything else. Like, I don't know. I think Flurry is the exact same as Flan in terms of all the things that counter Flan, counter Flurry. I don't know. Flan cleave is devastating? Yeah, it can be. But, I don't know. It just feels like there's too much that stops it. Now, Seaside Assyria. This is a hard one. Because Seaside Assyria is useless without other units. And I don't like putting a character too high if they have no self-usability. So I think Caesarea deserves A tier. Because if you just drafted Caesarea without Ran or anything else... You think Caesaria's S? I mean, Caesaria's definitely amazing. Don't get me wrong. Caesarea belongs with Ida? You think Ida's S tier? Alright, well... I mean, Caesarea... Like, that's the thing. All these units are self-sufficient. If you draft Caesarea without a AoE unit, she's useless. So both are A? I think they're both A tier. Because they're reliant on other characters to make them work. Okay? That's the issue here. They're reliant on other characters to make them work. Whereas all of these characters do not need anybody else. They perform their job. They don't need anybody else to make them work. Caesarea, Ida, both A. Okay. Is that a fair assumption or a fair statement, though? All these characters do their job. No one else needs to be there. And they do their job above average, where these do like, they super excel, whereas a lot of these characters do their job like really well, but not quite as good as the others. Rylot is S tier? I don't believe Rylot's S tier, Possessed. I haven't lost to like Rylot compared to Hua Young now. Rylot can't even one-shot this lady. And with the release of all this stuff coming out, Solitaria makes these characters useless. The only Rylot that has any that is scary at all anymore is Speed Rylot. The only way Rylot is scary at all is Speed Rylot. He barely functions in meta right now? I thought A-Raz was B tier. Like, that's why I said he's at the bottom of A. Because I haven't picked A-Raz or even thought of picking A-Raz in months. Yeah, barely ever lose to Solitaria. I win almost every fight I've played against Violets with Solitaria. I lost once, so it's very RNG. Are you on Speed Rylot or other Rylot? I think because of the current meta, they both have fallen down. They're high A. They're very good. But I think they've fallen. You're on Lifesteal? I'm surprised. I have not lost to Lifesteal Rylot in 400 games. At least. Very Rylot. Okay, if your Rylot's the star of the show, then that's like, I mean, you're saying right there that he's relying on your other units to make him actually work right. Because there are too many counters to him. Oh wait, where's AOL? Oh, okay, we're almost there. F10A has fallen off unbelievably hard. I'll give her a B. She's still oppressive. But she's fallen off too hard. SSB? A lot of people still use SSB, but man, does she deserve A? I don't think so. Let me know on SSB. Do you think she deserves A? AOL definitely. So we have 8 god tier units. I guess SSB is A? Okay. She's still definitely very good. She's a super strong 5th pick. And there's multiple ways to build her. You can build her with sustainability on Bloodstone now too. And it's keep your whole team alive. Is AOL SSS? Is she SSS? But that is not true. He plays a lot of other stuff as well. What happened when a god counters another? You ban it. And between S and SSS, I'm missing 14 of those units. That is devastating. What am I missing? I'm missing 1, 2, 3. Guys, I suck at Epic 7. I'm only missing 3 of my highest rated units. And I'm like, I'm missing too many units. I'm so bad at Epic 7. After looking at this, I'm just really bad at the game. If I had those units, though, I mean, most of the top players, they have all these, so they're maybe missing 1. So I think that's a big part of the difference. Between, I'm missing 15 units. Nixie, you are not missing 15 units. There's not even 15 units there. You're missing half a Triple S. I'm only missing 2 in Triple S. AOL's easier to deal with now? Dude, I mean, I don't know. I'd be down to put AOL as S tier. Because AOL, when she first came out, she was insane. I'm still struggling against AOL heavily, though. Because here's the thing with AOL. If you don't have Hand Guy, AOL's impossible to deal with. Okay, so here. Maybe you guys are right. So with AOL, you have Dillabet, Hand Guy, and Amelia, and Maid Chloe. You have 4 counters. But for me, I don't have Hand Guy and I don't have Amelia. So that's probably why I still see AOL as Triple S. I bet Elvemage puts her Triple S still, though, right? Dillabet SSS tier? I only have her as S tier for now. Because Dillabet cannot kill this character. Dillabet cannot kill this character. There's a bunch of characters that Dillabet, if she ends up in a 1v1 against these characters, you cannot win. Like, she is a unit that she does her job fantastic, but she puts you in a situation in your draft where you don't have enough damage. So if you pick this into this, and they end up getting this too, and then kill off your other damage dealer, you cannot win the game. That's why Dillabet has a fatal flaw, is you cannot pick many supports around her and be able to win. That is I pick Dillabet almost every game. So I cannot justify her being Triple S. Because she just doesn't... Mine is a plus 15, so... But you literally cannot kill A-Ravi or the new Fire Lady Kick Lady. I'm missing 1 Hand Guy, 2 billion, 3 A-Ravi, 4 Steelers. Wait, Nixie... Oh, but you cleave. So if you cleave, that's the thing. If you cleave, you can get away with not having units. But if you play standard, you need all the units. So if you're a cleaver, it's like, who cares? You only play like 8 units. Your roster it's free. Like, you don't have to worry. You know how many of these units I play? And how many units do I play? I play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That I play often. Say it 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I play like 40. I play at least 40 different units. If I play RTA for a full day, I play between 40 and 50 different units. Whereas cleavers, you guys literally play the same 8. Maybe 8 to 12. That's it. So that's the difference. You don't care what they pick. Just ran Polygus BBK, and then 5 passes go by, and then 1, yeah. So if you play standard and don't just cleave, like, cleaving's so boring, man. You guys know I can cleave. I have good speed gear. I don't see how you guys have fun with it. 12, let's see, not get too crazy now. Why not try to expand and play like more of the characters in the game? It's a hero collector game. If you want to cleave and you enjoy it, but like, I don't know. That's part of why I probably struggle so much. Cause I draft like units, yeah. See, that's the difference. If you play standard, you need like everything. I wonder if it's a gear thing? What, do you think? I mean, but that if you want to be super optimal and be high ranking, your best bet is cleave because you need the least amount of units and you just roll all speed gear. So you put all your resources, you just do like YD did. Don't roll other gear. It's easy. And you just go all speed. PvE, Arky. Arky's pretty wicked. Don't know who this is. I don't think that's a character. Don't think they're in the game. Don't think they're in the game. None of these guys are in the game, right? Alright, we're done. Who is this dude? Got like a praying mantis looking ass. Fox Lady Triple S? Is this girl? Wait, this is Yae Miko. Wait, why is there a Genshin character? Why is there a Genshin character on an Epic 7 tier list? And this is Bread Lady, right? Bread Lady deserves Triple S. And aggro cleave for people who don't have enough speed. But yeah, straight up Genshin character in Epic 7. Okay, so here, alright, let's look at A and then we'll do a finalization. So, is there anything you guys disagree with that you think should be bumped up? This is, I think I am pretty adamant about all of these. I don't really, if anything below B tier, I don't really care about. If you disagree with anything down here, then that's some MLM. Anything from C down to D, if you use any of these characters, that's your personal preference, and you're like a 0.01% of players who use that character in PvP. Or in terms of, maybe if you use it in lower PvP, by all means, use all the characters, have fun with the game. It does not matter. This tier list does not matter. But if you want, like, for higher tier RTA, like, this is my outlook on it. That's how this should be. Maybe Shinji could see some play. I put her in B tier, right? Yeah, I put her in B tier. Shinji is like, I feel like if you use Angelica, you'd get the same result using this character. This one just might be a little bit better. Shinji, maybe if you're fighting an Arby, but when are you gonna line a Shinji up to stop an APOC Ravi res? You know how hard that is? So our tier seems accurate. OP Sigalar Crowl, you think should be higher? Mikey Donut, what are you saying with that? Zert should be higher, he counters every debuff? Who's Zert? You try to D's nuts joke me. Who the hell is Zert? Backstage ball is almost always one when he's relevant. He's an A tier. You think he deserves S? I feel like I mean, I fought one today. He's just inconsistent. That's the only reason I would put him A tier, because he's strong. But I mean, against Cleave, he's God tier. But the thing is, if you're fighting him in the standard, he's inconsistent. Emil Serrato is garbage. I'm not moving him. He is C tier. The bomb guy I don't know the name of? Oh, ML Leo? Okay. Alright, I'll put ML Leo where he belongs. Someone found the meme. Violet S because he's self-sufficient? I think Green Violet deserves S, but they're so inconsistent, dude. Green Violet, both of them. Like, Remnant Violet's more consistent than he is, so if he deserves S, I feel like he does too. They're picked a lot. I'll give them S, but I feel like these two characters are the bottom of S at this point. I miss Amelia. I don't think Green Violet's S. Do you think Remnant Violet is? I think Green Violet's better. I'm picking Zerato against Ranpiera. Do you ever win? If they draft properly and have APOC Ravi, when you pick Champ Z, you're never gonna kill. I don't know, if you have success with ML Zerato, but most people do not. And if you pick Champion Zerato into Ran just S2s, and then your Champ Zerato can't send back the debuffs and just dies. So, I don't know what kind of players you're fighting, but I still think AOL is the bottom of Triple S right now. All these, Bellion would be second bottom. These three are the strongest characters in the game. Ran, I think deserves number 4. Rimmer number 5. This number 6. I don't have much problem with Ameru, I'll be honest. I know a lot of people are like always freaking out about her, but my biggest counter to Ameru is Fire. Fire Tenebria. I know nobody else does it. Now, if they have Hand Guy and Ameru, you just lose. But as long as they don't have Hand Guy, and almost every Ameru draft is very Fire Tenebriable. So, that's something that maybe more people will look into, but I've had a great success with that matchup. AOL, not SSS. You think she's S? I'll put her in S. I'll put her in S. I still struggle against her, and I feel like she's fantastic and picked every game, but I'll believe you. I think this is the 7 great catastrophes of Epic 7. Right here. Your Spirit Eye Celine does good. But Liu, I don't know how to say your name, but thanks for following. Louis Eufine. He's the ultimate montage unit, Spez? Spezes. Dizzy, maybe A, because some people would caught off guard if she's fast. But that's Dizzy. I think I have her in B. B is high enough. Do I have Dizzy in B? Where's Dizzy? Did I put her in C? Like, the thing with Dizzy, I'll give her B because she's a very oppressive 5th pick. But if you pick Dizzy, anything other than 5th pick, you lose the game. Also, maybe A Sid. A Sid feels like a force man every time I see him. I'm not putting A Sid at S. So you know the difference between why A Sid is an A? Because the 2 units that are really good have a base speed of 1 billion faster than him somehow. And they don't take damage gear. You don't have to damage gear him. But Ran on the same damage gear as A Sid, one-shots A Sid, and outspeeds him. On paper. So, I don't know. A Sid is still really good. But I can only give him A. I'm not giving him an S. Alright, I think that's it though. So, we have our 7 disasters. This character is, the Fire Kick Lady is in debate for people who are trying to say Triple S. She's very good. We're still learning how to use her. We're still learning the proper builds. She may end up getting a bump up, but who knows? She probably is going to end up getting a bump down once people figure out the best ways to counter her. But right now, she's in a very good spot. Overall, though, I'm happy with this list. I think Milim deserves this. So Milim and APOC, or Assassin Cully, are 2 of my favorite units in the game right now. I think they for sure deserve A. RB, I'll still give A, but dude, I think RB almost falls to B. How often? I do lose to RB occasionally. It's only when he gabs. RB on gab is scary, but otherwise RB isn't much of a threat anymore either, in a lot of cases. But yeah, I'd say he's in the same tier as a lot of these. I'm happy with this though. There's no other characters I would change. In terms of the D list, I don't care about these characters. If you find a use for them, good for you. It's not something that's going to be consistent for everybody, but C tier is the same. C tier, these are a lot of characters that are usable. I've seen some success with some of them, but they're not ones that I would say to build. Kayron is D, actually. Kayron's horrible. I'm just going to say Kayron's horrible. B tier, this is all the characters that are pretty good if you use them right. But they're not something you're going to go out of your way to make sure you get on your team, except maybe Celine. Some people are having success with her, but they're mostly like situational picks. Celine might deserve A. I'll put Celine in A for now. But I never have good success with Celine. But the rest of this, all situational picks. Operator Cigarette, maybe some people say A, I think garbage. But the rest of them, I am sticking with this. So this has been the tier list. Let me know if you guys agree with anything down below. If you made it this far in the video, a lot of you will probably skip to this part to see where I ended up with everything. But if you're new to the channel, if you're willing to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.